Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. So far so good. Got that ultra hard challenge done last time. Dare I punish myself? No, I do not dare punish myself. Lilith, Keeper, and Eve. That settles it. We'll be doing an Eve alt path around here. 3HDK XACL. And I'm happy to be doing the Eve alt path around here. Now that ultra hard's done, I mean, the Keeper challenges are gonna be a nightmare. There's no doubt about it. But at least they're not fucking ultra hard. At least we can get HP back on the regular. At least we're not gonna... Dude, can we just, like, have a round of applause for the fact that we will never... I believe, unless there's new items that do this and I've forgotten about them already, but we will never have Curse of the Maze and Curse of the Lost on the same floor ever again. Let's just, for all the negatives that we could possibly have that will, you know, inevitably show up in Isaac, going in the wrong direction, you know, making bad plays, stuff like that, inevitably there's going to be some episode where you go, NL, this is the worst episode you've ever made. It could very well be this one. But there will never again be an episode where we have to beat the ultra hard challenge with Curse of the Maze and Curse of the Lost on every single floor. I know there's more curses. You know, Curse of the Blind is also terrible for us. But there is no case to be made that things will ever be as bad as they once were, and that is cause for hope. Oh, yeah, whatever. You didn't hit me. You didn't even have your car. All right, that doesn't even really make sense, but that's okay. So what's our goal as Eve? It's very simple. Get a, well, sure, that's one way to do it. Get a Spirit Heart, enter the Whore of Babylon state, and then don't look back, basically. As long as we can, I mean, 5.86 damage, to be honest with you, feels like the greatest amount of damage I've ever had in my adult life. It's not, but it feels like it's fucking up there after all the ultra hard challenges we've done lately. So, honestly, like, I feel extremely blessed right now. Hopefully our item room is good here. We knew we had to come across it eventually. I guess in theory, and actually in practice as well, I should, yeah, sure, rubber cement is fun. And we can afford to take fun items, because we are now in Sane Town, where you can have fun on Isaac runs without having to question things. Explosive, that reads perfect, it's perfect, it's perfect. Yes! Genius plays, okay. What I was gonna say is, in theory, we should grab this red heart and then use the razor blade on the boss fight, because it doesn't take spirit hearts, it takes half of a red heart first, so we should be able to get a nice damage bonus out of it. Or it takes one full red heart, that's fine though. Now we got 7 damage instead of 5, 7.x instead of, you know, 5.x, and we have Dead Bird along with us, which is probably not really an enormous help, but a help nonetheless. We'll keep that in mind for the next floor. We're not going to be able to go to our shop right away, but we will be able to pick up a chance at an arcade. So far, so good, honestly. This is like, as far as I'm concerned, we probably should try to get a Keeper win on either Greed. And I think the Keeper Greed win, or Greedier, is just going to have to be Pyromaniac. Like, that. I don't know if there's any other way. Well, that's not true. It doesn't have to be Pyromaniac. Just anything with immunity to explosions will give us a good chance there, because I really don't see us dodging enough against the Ultra Greed to make that happen. But maybe we're feeling like we're on the ball right now. We should try a Keeper run. But I wanted to take a second and just be like, oh god, now that we've finally done Ultra Hard, we can relax a little bit. Have a good run. Get back to, you know, what I actually like about this game. I don't mean to come in so over the top, but that challenge is like... It's not that bad because you only have to do it once. I know I said that like every time, but I really do believe that. But still, that challenge was no fun at all. Once you realize that the secret is just holding R. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna toot my own horn a little bit about the Ultra Hard challenge. Because you know what the defining characteristic of our win was? The Bookworm transformation combined with Explosivo, combined with Blue Baby's only friend. Good items? Yeah, I wouldn't say bad items. Good enough to give you the ability to, you know, never get red hearts and feel like you got a fair trade? No, I would say that that is probably not a fair comparison. Alright, good use of our money to reroll game-breaking bug into red biohazard. First off, I gotta say, very, very inspired naming convention. I have no idea what it does. I'm assuming the first enemy you kill on a room... I mean, this is a big leap of faith here, but I'm thinking the first enemy you kill on a room becomes like patient zero. If the cloud hits another enemy, it either kills them or causes them to also explode into a cloud and be like affected by poison damage or something like that. Just makes them easier to kill in the future, you know? With four spirit hearts, and fighting up against Dangle here, we got no problems right now, to be honest with you. The only thing that concerns me is a bad deal with the devil, and even that isn't the end of the world. The box could give us a good trinket. Don't know if it gave us a good trinket, but it did give us a trinket. We'll hold the pill just for now. And sure, we'll take Evil Note. Oh my god, I have Josh's mod item on, and I made fun of the names. That's what I get for doing a run right after the NLSS. But you know what? That's fine. I know we won't get progress in this, but I like this run as it stands right now. I don't want to quit it, and I'm gonna have some fun with it. It's a good mod. You should pick it up. I was like, wow, they really fucked up the naming convention with that one, right? Red Note. What kind of idiot would name it that? Like, yeah, okay. Why don't we just name every item exactly what it looks like now? 'Cause he's a smart guy. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get Skinny Odd Mushroom here. It's gonna be... I'm so stupid. It's gonna be a tough habit to break to not just... Oh, that's exactly what we want. To not just immediately start a run. After the NLSS now, we have to be looking at, are we using the Josh mod? But that's okay. Life goes on. We can get Sad Penis, for example. That is... That's his name for the Skinny Odd Mushroom. I'm not saying I agree with it, you know. Sorry to all the parents out there and all the little Hulkamaniacs in Northernlion town. Alright, let's keep 5 cents here. What are we going to do with the Stars card? What do you think we're going to do with the Stars card? 'Cause it's a Stars card. That's the next great mashup. The Smart Guy theme song, starring Taj Mowry mixed with Blurred Lines. 'Cause he's a smart guy. You know you wanted pre-calculus. No, okay. I'm gonna use the Stars card a little earlier than is normally expected. Possessed Fly. You know what? That's just a nice innocent name that the whole family can get down with. I wanted to maintain a slightly better pace here, which is why I took the Stars card and used it immediately in the hopes of getting maybe a little bit better pace. Right, we cannot fly. You did have Hanged Man. It's amazing that, like, yeah, okay, so there's the value of Outbreak right there. It's amazing to me that I can pick up a flying item and forget that I have the ability to fly, and also not get flying and think that I have the ability to fly. Like, what is going on in the human brain there? What is wrong with my Broca's area that is leading to shenanigans like that? You should get dusted. Like, extremely dust. I was hoping that we'd get some... Well, now I don't know what the item's called. I was hoping we'd get some Red Outbreak against that guy, but apparently not. But I gotta say, it's actually pretty good. On some rooms, at least. Obviously, like on this room, it was alright. But on a lot of rooms, we're not getting as much as we might like. Either way, though, we're gonna be done this floor at like 8 minutes at the latest. With a decent Devil Deal chance here. Dope. 36%, not quite 50, but not horrible. Didn't get the payout, but we can always, you know, use meat to get down to that phase anyway. We'll continue moving along here. I love that, we had, like, Mike and Josh on the show today. I'm recording this on a Monday, in case that's not clear. Not that it necessarily matters that much, but Malf was like, where do I find the Josh mod? And Josh just said, just go to this Steam Workshop for Afterbirth Plus and sort by highest rated all time. It's like, well, you know, it's got a little bit of a big head. I'm not saying it's not a good mod. It adds a little bit to my enjoyment without a doubt, but I think this is only the second episode we've accidentally had Josh mod on. Thank God, too. Like, I understand, you need mods to disable achievements, because otherwise, like, a mod like, you know, renaming all the items in the game, why should I get the credit for beating, you know, anything? When it makes the run so much easier. Dude, I will use Ace of Clubs here and pick up 9 bombs. Especially considering I can now get 9 bombs for free. You got HP for me. I know you got HP for me. We're getting a deal with the devil, so you might as well give me HP. You might as well pick up the bomb. Come on. Yeah, there's our HP. Ace of Clubs presumably is not going to reroll our item. Oh, why am I picking this up? Our item into a bomb-related item, although that would be cool. I'm going to say that that is acceptable, and we'll move along here. Wet dog food. I love that I never noticed that it's the Josh mod until, like, the 4th item. It's never item 1. It's never when I pick up, you know, shitty bird. It's always like, wait a minute. This is not abomination, friend. Oh, it gets me every time. Thank God I didn't do like a keeper run and just get tunnel visioned. And then if I had won and not gotten the achievement. Well, one thing's for sure, that would have been one for the highlight reel. Just NL things. But that's alright. Again, like, let's keep in mind, we're going to be playing Isaac for how many episodes without any progress towards achievements? Because we'll just have all the achievements at some point. I'm not going to sweat the short tail approach to life here. I'm just going to be happy that I'm playing the game, getting decent items, having a good time, you know, not feeling the burn too badly. It's just nice to not be on the fucking ultra hard challenge. You could, you know, make me sit on a wooden chair. I don't know why that's my first inclination for torture. But you know, when I was a kid, I could sit however I wanted. It's no problem. Now I'm not getting up there, but literally, objectively getting older. I need like a plush chair to sit down in. I understand that the DX Racer catches some flack because people are like, oh, it's just a stream meme, you know? When you get your Twitch partnership, they send you a free DX Racer. They don't, but it's, I gotta say, it's a comfortable chair. At least it's more comfortable than the like dining room chair I was streaming on for like 4 years before that. At least it's got a little bit of cushion. Would I recommend it? Let me put it this way. If you're in a position where you're very concerned about getting the 100% maximum value on a chair, then I don't want to give you my chair recommendation because it sounds like I'm setting myself up to, you know, get an angry phone call from you in a couple of years. You're like, hey, I could have gotten the Dyson for that money, you know? I don't know. I'm not a chair expert. I have my chair and it works for me, but I don't propose to be the world's, you know, leading authority on what chairs are the best to sit in. Do I strike you as an ergonomics expert? Because I'm not. Let's, oh, we didn't even need to shoot the poop there because we got lucky, and I'm an idiot, but also, Outbreak got them all. I don't know if it's actually called Outbreak. It's red disease symbol. This is what I was worried about, you know, seeing items for the first time and then having, the Josh items just in my head. If you want to make Josh's day, you should tweet him and tell him that, Northernlion accidentally used your mod for an episode. That'll actually make his day. He will, his day will be brightened as a result of receiving those tweets. So, you should do so. Either way. I did buy Pokemans. This is an item I'm kind of on the fence about, but I don't necessarily think it's bad. I can't remember if we get a new familiar every room or if we get a new familiar once every X rooms. But either way, if you get the right kind, maybe it can be okay. 15 cents is not an outrageous ask, for certain. This boss is still pretty tanky. We're actually not going to be as far ahead of schedule as I was hoping for. I was talking about having like great pace, but we spend way too much time on this floor. Not that we had too much choice in the matter. Still got him. 90% deal with the devil, so I was feeling pretty confident about that. No Krampus and 4 deals. So we will definitely take Guppy's Collar. Apparently doesn't need a name. Bloody Dagger. You know, fair assessment. Devil Bum Friend. Sure. You know, I can't really fault Josh. What he's done here is basically just taken the essence of the common man and then applied it to his naming convention. I mean, that does look like a little devil friend. How can you deny it? Does Satan in this game not appear to look similar to Little Brimstone? Is man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? Little lame that Guppy's collar is just called Guppy's collar. I mean, that could be like, you know, the cat necklace or something like that. But don't let me tell you how to do your job. So Dim Bulb is apparently a much better stat increase than I gave it credit for before. It's actually like a really, really good all stats upgrade. Especially when we're holding the Razor, which is obviously a spacebar item that just doesn't actually have a benefit as long as we don't have any red hearts. We are getting a little low on HP, but not low enough that I think I should be too concerned. I mean, obviously you should have like a base level of concern at the best of times, you know? Just keep yourself abreast of the situation at hand. Death card. We're gonna, either way, as long as there's a bed in this room, we're gonna be stoked. There's 2 beds. That is all of the bullshit rooms, like arcades that don't have blood banks in them. They have now become completely acceptable based on the knowledge that there are double bedrooms where we just picked up like 6 spirit hearts. And then a free dry baby. This is the definition of my life. Lying in bed in the sunlight, choking on the dry baby. It's a little beta band reference. Probably the best band that England has ever produced. I can't think of another band that would come close. You might even say, I can't think of another band that would beat them. I don't remember the rest of the lyrics. That's okay. It's been a while since I've seen High Fidelity or listened to the 3 EPs by then, you know. I like this guy. You know, we got a nice little familiar. He's not gonna endeavor to do contact damage, which means that he's gonna live, you know? Enemies that, or I should say friends, I guess, in this case, that keep themselves alive are friends indeed. Oh, don't even get ghosted there. That was great. You actually protected yourself as well. Blank rune. There are no teleporting runes, I think. And I'm looking for teleporting stuff right now because I want to, obviously, if possible, get out of boss rush for free. I think it's fairly conceivable that that'll happen. If not, well, it is what it is. Maybe we'll do boss rush, maybe we won't. Shop, only because we have a golden key. Oh, our friend got poisoned. It might not be the worst thing to buy a spirit heart. A charmed frowning gaper. He does contact damage, so he's, yeah, probably gonna get dusted. Oh, he gets affected by the poison from outbreak, so I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. A charmed viz appears. Stop getting blown up by your own explosions, please. Charmed fat bat appears. They actually are called fat bat. I mean, it's a very understandable name. I'm just saying. I've always called them fat bat tomo flies. No deal. I can live with it, but second level bandage girl for charmed tears is okay. I don't think I really care about getting an arcade next floor, so let's buy a spirit heart. And we're still on pace, but I'm kind of surprised that we haven't been going a little bit faster, especially with dim bulb being a very nice stat increase. Money equals power. Well, I still like it. Still the one I'd like to pick up. Still the one. Don't remember any other lyrics to this song, but we're still having fun. You're still a scum. X-Lax. Speed up. We don't need 2 speed. I think 2 speed might actually be the cap, but next floor, teleport card, please. Sorry, taking a long coffee sip there. It is getting a little later in the day. Oh, we gotta try. I kind of got boxed in. Yeah, okay. I figured, like, blank rune, I actually think is probably, depending on the circumstances in which you get it, can be worse than having a rune that you know the usefulness of. I would still rather have blank rune and be able to try to get like a lucky Yera or Perthro, or even Algiz was pretty good in that case. I guess I would still rather have that than, like, you know, trying to think. Hagalaz might be the worst rune, especially like the later you get in the game, the worse it is. The worst it is, the worse it is. Did I say I'm the slickest there is? Bercano's fine. We're going to save Wheel of Fortune just in case we don't get a better card. Bad Trip is not really useful for two reasons. One of which is that we don't have red hearts. The other one is, even if we did, we would almost never want to be at full HP. The exception is if we get into a really desperate situation. We're gambling on that not happening and being able to use Wheel of Fortune to just propel us to relative comfort and safety as opposed to anything else. And then we'll never have to worry about it. I mean, here's the thing. I really like the dim bulb stat increase. So I'm actually just going to blow that up. I don't want metronome either. I want a passive item because I like not... Sure. No, it's not good. I mean, it does lower your tier delay after you get hit, but it's still not good enough. There, I'll take 1 luck. Even though it's not that good, it's taking us to 4 luck, which is going to make us a lot better on the chest. And then beyond that, I don't want to take an active item, even if it's better than the Razor Blade, because by holding the Razor Blade, we're guaranteeing ourselves... teleport. Oh, it is a teleport. By holding the Razor Blade, we're guaranteeing ourselves that nice all-stats upgrade from Dim Bulb, so I don't want to mess with that. And again, every time... 1 luck is a pretty meager upgrade, but all things considered, as much as you look at 1 luck and you go, well, I could just get 1 luck from, like, a penny, it's still probably better than the majority of items in the game. So you can't just look at it, like, in a vacuum like that. Or you have to look at it in a vacuum, rather. That's fine. A charmed 1 tooth appears, and then subsequently gets stepped on in about 1/4 of a second. Easy plays. Definitely Polaroid. Free lump of coal would be awesome. Beautiful. It has been done. And then boss rush. $3 bills, okay. Punching bag, I kind of hate. Game Kid, quarter. Let's say the quarter, which is basically a 1 damage upgrade right now. Teleport out, and there's no donation machine, because we're on a seeded run. Right, okay. Makes sense. Alright, so 8.87 damage, 5 luck. It's pretty good. Plus 0.03 damage. We're getting less damage out of Eve than you get, like Eve with Whore of Babylon, than you get as other characters? That's weird to me. Take Utero XL here. We don't know where we're going. Man, you know what? We got an ideal Pokemon for that room, and I still got hit. So, at some point, you gotta own up. That one's on me, unfortunately. Dude! Okay, that, again, horrible damage. But I was loving this Charmed Viz dude. I thought if we just left, maybe we could get the poison off of him, but no such luck. So Outbreak plus Pokemon, actually kind of bad here. Killing our own familiars on the regular. I have taken some dumb damage, I'll admit, but also we're a little bit, like, not stacked defensively. That's all I ask. Give me, like, 1 good defensive item. I mean, okay, Sack Dagger, admittedly, pretty much fits the bill. Even just dropping Spirit Hearts randomly is fine. I'm not going to complain. Even though I am literally... It's always right after you complain that you go, I'm not complaining or anything, but you can't just say that, I suppose. You know, you need to not complain and then say I'm not going to complain. You can't complain and then be like, well, I'm not complaining, but, you know, this thing that I'm complaining about falls on deaf ears. Help, help. Okay, we lived, did not get hit. Oh. Dry baby. I appreciate it. We're probably getting fairly close to, conjoined, I think. Blown up a judgment, exclusively for the extra deal with the devil chance. You know, 1 bomb and the loss of, a judgment that was honestly in a shittier position in order to get a better deal with the devil chance. Sign me up. Especially because we're 1 guppy item deep. We're excited about the opportunity to maybe trade our HP for something more useful. And offensively, this run is really, at the present moment, just shy of being incredible. It's close. Little Brim, you know, great DPS, money equals power, and a reasonable sum. Like, we're not in a bad spot. I hate this room. But Outbreak just toasted everything. That's beautiful. Magician. Joker. The Joker card is best to save. We got like a 50% chance of a deal with the devil right now. I don't want to pick up any of those other pennies. They scare me. Thank you for not having a troll bomb. And remember, double bosses here, so it would be really good to get a deal with the devil here so we could just use the Joker card in the cathedral immediately. Okay, I mean, you know, Josh, not always the most politically correct guy. He doesn't mean offense, though. He's playing it up for laughs. In case you missed the name of that item, it's just called Little Steven. Thank God we haven't picked up Shoop de Whoop yet. Okay, well, we'll use the Joker card. We whiffed on our, like, 50% chance. This is, like, a super no-balls moment. If I take that, the number of comments... Cat yak, so good. If I take that and post this video to YouTube, everyone's gonna go, no balls, no balls. And you know what? You're goddamn right. I would have no balls if I did that. So we are... As knives are sharpened by the hardest metals... We are going to make our life harder to make us a better player. It's just science. And so far, it's been fine. Let's just not even take a chance on that. Knock it out. Grab the extra damage. I mean, 10.12 damage is no joke. We're going to run into problems with a couple of different enemy archetypes. One is enemies who rush us down. The other one is enemies who are tanky enough to actually live through, like... a shot. Most enemies are gonna die with like a little barrage plus little brim. But if an enemy manages to live, it's gonna create some issues. Potentially. Great death card. Really gives me a leg up on the competition. And we might as well. Could be luck. This must be luck. This could be luck. Is this luck? Is this luck? Is this luck that I'm feeling? I can't remember if that's two different songs. I don't listen to a lot of reggae. I don't mean to disrespect, more of just an ignorance. I will also say that, like, the cathedral is probably... you know, this is the kind of way you end up eating your words. But the cathedral might be as hard as this run ever gets for us, just because... our luck stat is so high, and we have contract from below, I'm expecting to get a lot of items out of the chest. And I really think as long as we live, we will get a lot of items out of the chest. Come on, dude. I hope our Pokemon go back to full HP at the end of every room. I dodged it somehow. Good God. So in spite of, like, bad play recently, on this run specifically, I think that we've pulled out of that. And we're on the cathedral, at least, we've played very well here. Again, you know, it might seem so minor that you get 0.03 instead of 0.04 for each penny. Let me rephrase. You get 0.03 damage instead of 0.04 damage for every penny. What in the world? Big old bag! Gives sacks. So this is like the sack. Okay. And it will hereafter forever be known as Big Ol' Bag. But it adds up. And, like, I mean that on a literal level, but also, like, it adds up meaningfully as well. Like, that means that 25 cents actually was not a 1 damage upgrade. It was like a, you know, 0.85 damage upgrade or something like that. Which is not necessarily enough to make me change my selection on the boss rush room, but you could conceivably see how it would in some situations. You know, sometimes it's a very narrow call, but I guess maybe Eve plus Whore of Babylon carries a lower damage multiplier just because of the fact that you start with Whore of Babylon. Dude, shoot the laser. You're gonna be so... Yep, I love it. You did get killed, but even just landing that one brimstone shot was so huge. So, thus far, the cathedral has been an awesome experience. I would definitely do it again. And I feel amazing about taking Cat Yak, an item that +1 damage up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Take me down to the next floor where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. And we'll crack these open. This is pretty horrible. Mr. Bug-Eye. Oh, we did get conjoined out of it, though, which with rubber cement could be cool. And then, I mean, these are items, so we should open them. What? Again? The D1 and Broken Bone. Bone Tears. No, I don't want the D1 right now. That's for a later run. Now, I'm expecting double chests on every room. I'll settle for a good sack. But double chests on every room or riot. Troll Bomb? I don't think so. Dude, Rate of Fire is real good right now. Lover's card. Well, this ended up being like an extremely powerful run. We're going to finish it in under 30 minutes in all likelihood, which is, you know, usually indicative, not of an amazingly fast run, but of a pretty fast run. So, I got to feel pretty good about this thing, all things considered. We did find ourselves slightly close to death a couple of times, but, you know, times have definitely changed. Ah, he died before I could get out. I still don't know if that'll actually save us, but... And it might be a little bit of like a cop-out. Wait, did I not get Curved Horn? Or not Curved Horn, sorry. Did I not get, I guess I didn't. I thought I got Contract from Below. Apparently not, though. Emperor? Stars. Well, at this point, I just don't want to backtrack. That still saved me a little bit of time. Yeah, this run ended up being pretty good. So I'm going to give Josh some credit. Because it was definitely his names that got it done. And as much as it might seem like I'm being a little baby, not taking, like, active items, and just sticking with the Razor Blade, it's really because the Razor Blade, by having no charge, is an all-stats upgrade. We can never... I mean, with regular bulb, it's very easy to ensure you always have a full charge, and then you can evaluate if you ever want to use it and lose the stats temporarily. With dim bulb, you can never stop yourself from getting charged, and thus losing the bonus that you have gradually, depending on the number of charges that the item holds. So, I think that we're making the right decision from, like, a winning standpoint. And I could really use a few wins stacked up after some ultra-hard bullshit. Let's just finish this one off. That's a mimic. I'll do it anyway. It's a chest. I'll take it. Get ripped, bro. Panic power. Alright, so Josh thinks those are steroids. Either way, fantastic run. Had a great time. Hope you did as well. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Well, first, I mean, let's go back here and... There you go. See you next time.